If you want a simple rule, the difference between less and fewer is straightforward. The traditional advice is that fewer is for things you can count, and less is for things you don't count. I'm Mignon Fogarty, and this is a condensed version of the Bigger Grammar Girl podcast, which you can find here on this channel too. But we've taken this segment and jazzed it up for you with images and example sentences. Those are my jazz hands. So you can count M&Ms, glasses of water, and potatoes. So maybe you eat fewer M&Ms, serve fewer glasses of water, and buy fewer potatoes for the salad. But you can't count candy, water, or potato salad. So you eat less candy, observe that the lake has less water, and make less potato salad for the next potluck. As I said, that's the simple rule, and the one you'll hear most often. But another way to think about the difference that also takes care of some of the exceptions to the simple rule is to use less for singular nouns and fewer for plural nouns. The Chicago Manual of Style recommends using the singular or plural framework, as do I. For the easy nouns, it works the same way. Candy is singular, and you use less candy. And M&Ms is plural, and you use fewer M&Ms. Time, money, distance, and weight are often listed as exceptions to the traditional can you count it rule, because you can count them, but they take less. And when you use the singular or plural rule, time, money, distance, and weight all fall in line. They aren't exceptions anymore. They fit into the rule. For example, although $1,000 is certainly countable, a bank teller will do it for you gladly, we routinely ignore that fact and think of it as a singular amount. We don't care about each individual dollar, we care about the singular total, as we do with each of the other items in this category. He believes $1,000 is a lot of money. We think 12 hours is too much time to spend on the road. They're singular and they take less. He had less than $1,000 in the bank. We could fly to London in less than 12 hours. Using the singular or plural rule also explains another instance that's often called an exception to the simple rule. People often think phrases such as one less banana are wrong because you can count bananas. But one less banana is correct because it's singular, and you use less with singular nouns. One less banana and similar phrases put you in a tricky situation because they're correct, but many people think they're wrong. For example, I got grammar-related complaints after Gardasil launched its one less person affected with HPV ads because many people thought it was grammatically incorrect. So I recommend avoiding the construction whenever possible. It's better to rewrite your sentences than to have people think you've made a mistake, and better than knowingly using the wrong word by writing one fewer X. You really can't win whether you write one less banana or one fewer banana. Now, I know some of you are also wondering about those ubiquitous grocery store signs that read 10 items or less. Well, they aren't the clear-cut abomination that many people believe them to be. Although Garner's Modern English Usage says 10 items or fewer is the correct choice, other reference books, such as Merriam-Webster's Dictionary of English Usage and the Cambridge Guide to English Usage, note that the admonition that writers should not use less for countable items is relatively new, beginning as the personal opinion of one usage writer from the 1700s. And the Oxford English Dictionary has examples of less being used with countable items, going back to nearly the dawn of printed English and continuing to this day. Now, language researchers tend to believe that using less with some countable nouns is natural, and that the restriction against doing so is constructed and forced. For example, Mark Liberman reported on the linguistics site Language Log that in real writing, both from Google News and the web in general, instances of N votes or less far exceeded N votes or fewer, with N referring to any number. The words much and many also reveal something about our grocery store signs. They're a lot like less and fewer. Much is generally used for things you can't count, and many is used for things you can count. But it's equally acceptable at the grocery store to ask both, how much can I bring through this line? Is this too much? And how many can I bring through this line? To me, how much questions sound more natural, which would imply that we think of our items on the conveyor belt as a single uncountable mass of groceries, rather than countable items. But you can make an argument for either. What I ask is not that you use 10 items or less in your own writing. It carries even more risk than using the one less banana construction. What I ask is that the next time you see a sign that reads 10 items or less, instead of getting upset about the sign, recognize that this isn't a black and white issue, and save your anger for something about which we can all agree. The people who go through that line with 40 items, they should be stopped. If you like this video, check out the whole podcast for more. The second segment has all the fun names we have for our fingers. And thank you to the whole QD team for help with the video and the audio. And thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.